Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Baby Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. And I just want to wish all my new subscribers a happy Saturday. I am so excited to have new subscribers. And the channel growth is really just completely blown my mind. This Mountain Dew Zero in my cup. I would just like to kind of give an overview of an introduction to myself, since I have so many new subscribers. My name's Amanda Carter. I was born and raised here in Louisiana. I am well, my sons are grown, but I'm a single parent. I raised two wonderful sons, William, who is now 30, and John, who is 23, be 24 next month. And I raised them by myself, and due to, you know, different circumstances, but they are the light of my life, with the exception of my dogs. I do have two rescue dogs. They're big dogs. I have Axel, who is a black lab mix. I think he has a little hound dog in him a little bit. And we rescued him from an individual that got overwhelmed and couldn't take care of him, and he was in bad health when we got him, and we quickly got him to a vet and got him healthy, and that was about 4 years ago. And then we got Theodore, who is our pit bull mix, and he's a brown brindle pit with gold eyes, gorgeous, and we got him in 2017 from a local animal shelter. And we all still live in the same house, me and the boys both. My youngest son is autistic, high functioning autistic, and so I have a little saying that he does all my physical stuff and I do all his thinking. And I have trouble with standing and walking for very long, and so I can't do a lot of cooking. Because I really like to cook, but I can't. It hurts me to stand for very long and do a lot of the cooking. So I've taught Johnny how to cook. So Johnny does a lot of our cooking. So a lot of our grocery buying works around what he's able to cook, and he actually does pretty well in the kitchen. He cooks a variety of things. And but we live here in Shreveport, Louisiana, in the city, and we did live for a little while, about 9 years, in Arkansas, and it's a big, long, drawn-out story how we ended up in Arkansas, but we lived there until 2009 when we moved back here. And but we're very close. Me and the boys are very close, and even though my oldest is hardly here, you know, the life of a grown person, I guess, but I have a variety of interests, of course. I used to paint, but I do still draw some and enjoy doing that. I've gotten heavily into crochet, of course. I transitioned from loom knitting that I started doing in late 2019, I think, is when I started loom knitting. And then I finally learned how to crochet last February. And so, and I love it, of course. And I'm one of those people that once I decide I want to learn how to do something, I research and learn everything I could possibly learn about it. I just absorb information. And so I absorb all that I can know about yarn, different types of yarn, different colorways of yarn. And so it's been a learning experience, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. And of course, meeting all the wonderful people along the way has been amazing. I've been extremely blessed to have been through this experience. I didn't start my channel until August of 2021. Yeah, August of 2021 is when I started this channel. And so it's been a while. And and I started with just the loom knitting. And and in the crochet, world accepted me, just with loom knitting, and all my friends were crocheting, so it drove me a little crazy until I was able to learn. But I didn't give up, and I'm glad I didn't give up. And so I love yarn, of course, and collecting yarn. And unfortunately, I can't use anything thinner than a size 3 weight, because I have carpal tunnel in both arms and wrist and hands. It hurts to use anything lower, thinner than a 3. But a 3 weight is even a stretch. It still hurts. But 4 weight and above is usually good for me. I don't know that I have I think Kayla and I, in our Q&A videos, we went over our favorites. So there's that. And but I like just soft yarn and yarn that you could throw in the washer, depending on your project. But I haven't ventured into the amigurumi yet. I don't know that I'll do that. I know a lot of crocheters struggle with amigurumi, and I certainly am in that boat. But I did venture into wearables late last year and made sweaters for my sons, and then I made a cardigan for my mother and a cardigan for my good friend at Pups and Crochet, Cindy. I made that for her birthday in February and sent that to her. So I'll put a link to Cindy's channel in the description, so y'all can go check out Cindy. And she does have some videos where she's actually wearing the cardigan that I gave her. And she did a live where she was wearing it. And it's just a granny stitch cardigan, hexagon cardigan that I made for her. I used puzzle yarn, Premier Puzzle yarn, which it was awesome. It only took like 4 skeins to make it. So, and it didn't even take the whole 4 skeins. So it worked out good. So, anyway, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I'm a big blues music fan. My favorite musician is Joe Bonamassa. You saw in my videos with Kayla, that was my Joe Bonamassa t-shirt that I was wearing. And I do like other blues musicians like Buddy Guy and Keb Mo and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Beth Hart and Samantha Fish and some of those. But Joe Bonamassa is my favorite, hands down. So I'm always blasting it in my minivan. And I play it here in my room, because this is just like a corner of my bedroom where I'm doing my recording. And then I usually do a lot of my crocheting in the living room. I have my couch set up, and then I have a little love seat kind of in the corner next to the couch where I sit, and that's where all my whips live. So actually it's all piled up with stuff right now, and he's reorganizing because I had some yarn come in, and then I had my trip out to Kayla's, and so I just threw things back over in the pile, and so I got to reorganize that before I do my next video. But I just wanted to kind of come on at the beginning of this video and introduce myself a little bit to you all, and let y'all have a little insight as to about me. Talking is thirsty work. And I know in the Q&A we talked about our weirdest project, and there's been many comments about the Frankinblanket. So I had Johnny get in his closet, because that's where Frankinblanket has lived for the last 7 or 8 months since removed last year from a bad old moldy trailer to a regular house that wasn't a whole lot. It's better, but it's still kind of older and in need of a lot of cleaning and repair still, but it's still better than where we were. But anyway, so Frankinblanket has been in a zipper bag since then, and taking it out of the bag, it definitely needs washing. But I figured I would break it out and maybe some other things that I loom knitted that I would show you guys, and let y'all know kind of show the blanket to you and give you an overview of the process of what is what. But it's definitely earned its name of Frankinblanket. Instead of Frankenstein, it's Frankinblanket, because I definitely Frankensteined it. Because it's different panels and stitched here and stitched there, and it's just kind of crazy looking. But I'm gonna see if I can back y'all up. I'll back the disc up a little bit, and then I'll kind of stand up with it a little bit so that y'all can see. Okay. You see it kind of, you see some, this really colorful panel, and then it goes off here into this other panel, and like this, and then you got this panel here, and like that, and oh, it smells. And a lot of this yarn in this thing is Red Heart. Sit back down so I can explain it. Okay, so this is Red Heart, and this is actually two different of the stripes colorways. I don't remember which one. I think this is Fruity Stripes and Parrot Stripes mixed together. And this is a loom knitted panel here. Yeah, this is a loom knitted panel here, and double stranded loom knitted panel. This part's crocheted, this little strip here, and this yellow here is also double stranded loom knitted part of this. And this is Red Heart. This is some older vintage Red Heart that I had bought from a lady at a yard sale. I got it like a whole garbage bag full of yarn when I first started out from a lady at a yard sale. She had a whole bunch of vintage Red Heart that I bought to get me started. And so, and this here, I'm sure y'all recognize that. That is the Mainstays. Pardon me, I just had the salad. But this is Mainstays yarn from Walmart, and it's the blue multi, and this is double stranded, and that's also part of the loom knitted panel. And then there's more of the yellow. You'll see the yellow throughout because I had a whole lot of it. And this is more loom knitted part. This is where I think I single crocheted it together right here. I think that's what you see here. And then this is like a brown color. I think that was part of the stuff that was in that vintage yarn there. There's some brown, then more of that yellow, and some brown. I think this is Big Twist gray here, and more Red Heart here. This is some of that Dollar Tree yarn here. This almost turquoise color blue here, and this red, white, and blue yarn here. That's Red Heart, the colorway American. I think this is probably Big Twist black here. And this is some more of the the Dollar Tree yarn here. And let's see here. This is Red Heart ombre yarn here. Yeah, that's ombre yarn there. And this is some Red Heart, just regular blue, bright blue, I think is the colorway there. And there's some more of the ombre, because I double stranded it. That's why it looks so weird. And then this is just some more Red Heart light blue, because also that year I did like 40 hats for Hat Not Hate, so I had a lot of blue yarn. So like in a month's time, I loom knitted 40 hats for Hat Not Hate. Yeah, I was a fiend. I was a loom knitting fanatic. I was doing like 2 or 3 a day. So it was wonderful. And this is a bunch of the crochet part right here where I was trying to make everything fit. So there's a bunch of double crochets there. And yeah, it's I think y'all get the general idea that it earned its name, Frankinblanket. So I'm gonna actually wash this probably because I'm not gonna get rid of it because it was such a learning experience. I learned a lot while doing it, and I'm not ashamed of. I mean, I can look at it and see other mistakes, but I crocheted a lot with 2 strands in this, and it took me a long time to learn how to crochet with just 1 strand, because when you come from doing loom knitting on the big larger gauge looms, you use 2 strands of 4-weight yarn, and you know, trying to transition from that, my brain for some reason just couldn't wrap my head around the fact that I didn't need two strands of yarn. So forever and a day I was still crocheting with 2 strands of 4-weight yarn. Mind you, I was using a 7mm hook while doing it, but it took a while for my brain to kind of, you know, ease into, you know, going, you know, from 2 strands to 1. And now I can't see myself going back. So it's definitely a learning process. And I'm extremely grateful for that process, because now I'm creating beautiful things like this blanket back here. This green blanket on the back of the chair is the exact same pattern as the pink and gray and white blanket that I gave Kayla. It's just the first one I did. It has a few mistakes in it, and more mistakes in it than I'm comfortable with giving it to somebody or selling. This is something y'all may not know if y'all hadn't watched back some of my more recent videos. I'm in the process of making up blankets and things for a booth that I will be having hopefully this coming October at there's a private club, social club that my oldest son belongs to, and they have a festival every fall, and it's a private club, so it's not open to the general public, but I'm going to be having like a booth there, and they also support a local veterans charity called Woody's Home for Veterans, and so this will be their 26th annual festival. And so 26% of my profits will go to Woody's Home for Veterans. And so what I've been trying to do is crochet up blankets and other things for my booth. Now I do have a friend of mine in Michigan that's she's crocheted me up some pot holders, and then another subscriber sent me some scrubbies to sell at the booth. Because I'm just one person. So it'll be a small sale. It won't be a big sale because I'm just one person, and I have quite a bit of arthritis and issues with my shoulder, so I can't just crank things out like I wish I could. But I've got 3 blankets going at one time for a reason, because I'm trying to get, you know, because it's a camp out kind of festival, and so I figured the more blankets I could have, the more I could sell, you know, because people, you go camping, a lot of people forget blankets, or they get there and they don't have enough blankets. So I figured my blankets would probably sell pretty good. So that's why I'm trying to make up a bunch of blankets so that I can have those to sell. And I do have some shrugs that I made. Those are put away in a zipper bag, because I have a shrug that I sort of designed, and there's a tutorial on my channel that it's called the Lisa shrug, and I took a granny stitch shawl and put it together like a shrug. So and I even have a tutorial. If you go through and through my videos, you'll see that there's a tutorial for the Lisa shrug in there, And it's a very simple, very easy to follow tutorial that shows you how I put that together. And it's very simple. If you know how to make a granny stitch shawl, then you can make that shrug. Not a problem at all. But now I'm going to show you some of my loom hats. This is just some stuff that I made on the loom. I had put all this stuff in Ziplocs because we lived on a dirt road at the time, and everything gets dusty if you don't have it bagged up or whatever. But this is a hat and cowl set for a little girl. I had put these things on Etsy, but nothing ever sold, so I just took all that stuff off of Etsy. So I'll put all these stuff in my booth. But this is a little cowl. Now this is made out of Thick and Quick, I think. Lion Brand Thick and Quick. So this is the cowl part. And I loom knitted that. I put a little cable in the middle. I don't know if y'all could see that. It's pretty thick. It's hard to see, but this is just the hat part that goes with that. So I'm gonna put that back in the bag, because that's a set. And there's dog hair floating around here. My black lab's hair is long. And let's see here. Here's another hat. And this is, and all these are done with, well, with the exception of the thick yarn, any of them that are done with four weight yarn is all double stranded. So, and here's another. And I used the garter stitch on this part. And what in the world? Oh, that's just fuzz. Okay. But here's another hat. I got a little basket over to the side that I'm going to slide these in. And this is a thinner one, but this has just got a little ribbed brim here. So this is just a beanie done on the loom. And I believe this is done with Lion Brand. Oh, I can't think of the name of the yarn. But it's not very thick. See how thin that's really kind of thin. So you could wear this like in spring when it's not that cold, but you want something to cover your head. Maybe you have really short hair, or you've had to cut off your hair for some reason. And this one I did in the Mexicana, Red Heart Mexicana yarn. Look how colorful and pretty that is. I like that. That's just your basic knitted hat. And I like to, I have a tendency to mix different textures with yarn. And so this was done with turquoise yarn and latte cake. So you have a little bit of fuzzy going on, but not like, you know, but not wool. So it sort of looks prickly and almost like I used mohair or something, but that is not mohair. That is latte cake. So that gives you like the fuzzy look, but it's super, super soft. And so, and this is super, super soft Premier yarn. So, yeah. Oh, this is another one I liked. This is a regular knitted hat, but it has a fur brim. Yeah, and this is that really, really squishy soft yarn too. Super, super soft. Little fur brim. I would try some of these on, but I don't want to mess up my I don't want to mess up my hair. And this is another one made out of the Thick and Quick yarn. And I did like a ribbed brim here, and then I garter stitched part of this just to give it some a different look. And so yeah, this I believe this yarn was called Earth Tones or something like that, but it's very pretty. Here comes another one done with latte cake. Here's another real fuzzy one. This latte cake. And this is feels like butter yarn here. So that's polyester yarn with the latte cake. So this is super fuzzy and really light too. You're getting the hint that I did a lot of these. And this is just a regular knit hat with some chunky yarn, I believe. And I think this is some Yarn Bee yarn here. Some Hobby Lobby yarn that I got and used this. It's a bulky yarn. I really like it. It's so pretty. Yeah, that ain't but a couple more in plastic. And this is, I believe, yeah, this is from Karen. This is a Karen, from a Karen cake that was in a thick yarn. It was like a rainbow cake or something that I just did some like this. Oh, okay. This is like going down memory lane. Here's a glittery one. I used a glitter yarn paired with Feels Like Butter and did this one. I'm just amazed that I can remember what yarn I used, to be honest. Just fortunate enough to have a decent memory when it comes to things like this. This is Latte Cake in Red Heart yarn in yellow. If you like yellow, this one is for you. Soft, super soft. Let's see. And I think I'm going to make this, I think I'm going to turn this into a purse. This was something that got out of hand. This was another weird project that got out of hand. It started off as a cowl, but I think that I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna seal it off at the bottom and make a purse out of it. It has a real cool ribbing look to it. I wish I could tell you what kind of stitch I used. I don't even remember what I did, but it was on the loom. But I think if I seal it off at the bottom, and I got a chain handle, purse handles, you know, like, yeah, I think I could turn this into a purse, and I think that would be really pretty. Put some finishing touch things on it and turn this into a purse, and I think that would be really cool. I could probably, I don't know. Yeah, it's soft on the inside. I think it's solid enough that it would make a decent purse. Yep. That's what I think I'll do with this one. I think I'll turn this one, what was intended to be a cowl, into a purse. I think that would be really pretty. You can see the details in it. But I think that would make a real pretty purse. Oh man, there's more. Let's see here. Here's another one. Ooh, this is with that thick and quick yarn. Just a nice basic beanie. Real pretty. I think this is like 80-20. 80 acrylic, 20 wool. Real pretty though. Start stacking there because my basket is full over here. Here's another one out of that rainbow colored bulky yarn. Ah, here's just a red one. Like the garter stitch here. Ribbed, garter, ribbed. Yep, my own little flare. What in the world is that? Oh, I know what that is. Okay. Sorry, I was looking like there was something in this bag and I was trying to figure out what it was. And then it dawned on me what it is. Okay, and there's just another hat that one of my failed experiments. It's all stretched out. I don't think it was meant to be all stretched out like that, but it could be just a slouchy beanie for somebody. I'll probably throw it in the booth. All these hats. I forgot I had this many hats. Yeah, that's all the hats I got in here. Nope, there's another one. Here's a purple one. This is made with Red Heart soft yarn. I think this is called, what is it called? Grape. The grape color, yeah. Yep. That's interesting. Let me look to see if there's any more of them in here. Yeah, there's one more. Yeah, there's some more. Oh yeah. Ooh, this one's, I think this is some big twist yarn. They had a bulky yarn that they came out with. I can't remember the name of it. And this was that too. This was some bulky yarn they came out with that was striped, and I can't remember the name of it. But this is also that same yarn. I just can't remember the name of it. And this is another, this is like a higher wool content, but this is like a child's hat here. And this is the little cowl to go with it. Little neck warmer to go with it. But it goes in here. This is for a child though. What is this? Oh, this is the adult size gnome hat that I made. It's like a little hood. I just made it too big. It goes, you know, like over your head like a hood. I guess I could, like, if I had enough of this, if I had more of this yarn here, I could make a cardigan and then sew this on for the hood. But I don't, you know, but I don't have anything like that. But I just kept this because I didn't know what to do with it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll sew it onto something eventually. But it was too nice to get rid of. You know, you have something that's, you know, decent, that you made that's decent looking. You don't want to just toss it. But I was looking to see if there was anything else in here, in this particular bag. Oh yeah, there's that and that. One more little hat, a couple more hats. This was made on a smaller gauge loom, so this is like a regular, this one looks more like it was needle knitted because it was done on a really small gauge loom. And this is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I can't remember the colorway, but that's what that is. But it's done on a really small gauge loom, super time consuming, but that's why it's not any bigger than it is. But it's really stretchy, so it does, you know, fit a adult person. And this is like a no brim hat, all garter stitch hat. It's done in the Thick and Quick yarn, which is the 80-20, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So it's really nice. It's a nice hat. It's got the little cinched top. It probably would look cute with a pom-pom, but I'm just not a pom-pom person. But all these hats and stuff will go in my booth because I didn't realize I had so many. But my booth will be in October, so it's right before it starts getting cold, so it's the perfect time. But anyway, whew, it sure was fun going down memory lane with y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed looking at all these crazy hats that I made a couple of years. I think it's been a couple of years ago that I made all these, but I kept them in plastic because, like I said, we lived on a dirt road, and I didn't want dust to get to them, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to store them in an airtight container, but I do have some tote boxes that are airtight that I'm going to be putting them in now in preparation for my booth that I'm going to have in October. So anyway, that's about all I got for this particular video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I sure enjoy talking to y'all, and I look forward to more cool videos with y'all. My next video, I will be going over the progress of my current blankets. I've been trying to make some progress on those, and I'll show y'all where I'm at with those on the next video. Probably come out tomorrow with that. But I love y'all, and so does Jesus, and hope you have a wonderful Saturday evening. Please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.